Hi, my name is Ron.
And my name is LaShawn.
Welcome back to the 3 Minute Marriage Moment. Well, we got a good question for today.
We had a question or concern that came in today. A gentleman emailed us and said that he felt like he was losing his family and his wife, that she had become really very cold and distant, and he felt like he was at the end of his rope. Could he save his marriage?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, sounds so upsetting. Sound like he's coming to the end of the rainbow. But we are here to help. And guess what? We came to close of our end of our marriage, but we have some good solutions for you today. Number one, the first thing, you have to take responsibility for your marriage 100%. First, you being the man, and hear me close, you being the man, you have to take authority and charge. You have to learn to speak life, and you have to learn to speak that more abundantly into your wife.
Yeah.
And it may seem like that she's going every which way. That's because there's a breach
Yes.
somewhere, and you got to find where that breach is.
Yeah, I remember when, I don't know if we shared this with you guys before, when he was at the end of his rainbow with me. My heart had gotten very cold and crusted over with ice, whatever you want to call it, because I was just so disappointed in just how our interactions have been. And I had planned to leave my husband. And it was very difficult, but it seemed like the only solution at the time. But one of the things that helped me to warm up again was seeing him being consistent and taking responsibility. Because prior to that, I would bring a concern to him or nag or keep bringing a concern, however you want to put it. And he just fluffed it off saying, oh, that was just my issue. I just wasn't submitted, blah, blah, blah. I didn't have enough faith. I just didn't trust him. When in reality, I was trying to tell him how hurt I really was, and that how his words had damaged me, how his actions with money had damaged me and made me feel unsafe. And he refused for years to take responsibility, even saying, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry with a plan. I mean, he said, I'm sorry to get back in good graces, but he did not have a plan. He refused to come up with a plan. So, of course, I just didn't feel safe.
Yep.
So what my husband is saying is taking authority, not dogging her, not flipping the script, not keeping score, saying, well, if you would be submitted, if you would do this, if you would do that, if you would just listen to me, if you would just respect me. No, when somebody's heart is cold, the Bible says you have, with loving kindness, I drawn thee. So, I mean, as a man after God's own heart, you need to draw her with loving kindness, even pathetic, crying or sympathy or something, whatever you have to do, but be consistent. Here's the deal. Don't get in the doghouse and bring flowers in a cart for 1 week, and then she throw them in the garbage. You say, well, I tried it and it didn't work. Forget it. Forget it. Nah, it's consistency. You have the heart of God and the grace of God to stay married is upon your life. So be consistent. If it don't week one, if it doesn't work week one, week two, how about going 40 days being consistent
I know
and
that's right.
loving her like Christ loved the church, irregardless of her attitude. And I promise you, her heart will change. Her thoughts and her things, her desire for you will become more and more.
Brother, take it from a wife. She a woman, she knows. Sometimes in our mind where we think we're wise, we're really not wise and all that. That's why the Bible says to seek the counsel. And sometimes that counsel can maybe even come from a godly woman or even sometimes from your wife. Your wife may have been crying this for years.
And you just didn't want to hear it.
Didn't want to hear it. A lot of times, you know how we shut down. Now, come on, don't play me like that. You know how we shut down and how we think we're right. We allow for our pride to get in the way, and that's wrong. And yet the Bible says to treat them as the weaker vessel, which means as fine china. Fine china is delicate. You got to know how to work fine china. You can't take it and fling it. But what you got to do, you got to handle it. You got to take care of it. You got to wash. You can't wash in the washing machine.
And
So
then
your relationship.
could you tell them about the harshness of the voice?
Oh my God. Let me
You
tell
know,
you, the voice, watch the resonance of your voice. Because number one, fine china, if you raise your voice at a certain decibel, it will crack. Once it crack, you can't repair a crack. Now, what you have to do, it has to start all over again. So your voice, you got to watch your voice and your tone. Sometimes you may feel like this is where I always talk. Man, it don't sound like that.
And
That's
if she
weak.
tell you need to soften up, back it up.
For real. Not soft like a
Accurate.
little punk, but just soften it up to enough, like where she can understand. Because you got to be gentle. Bible says be harmless as a dove
and wise
as
as
a
a
snapper.
serpent.
So you have to do that. But thank you so much. We appreciate that. But we are going to continue this next week
Yeah.
because this is just more than a 3 or 4 minute. So we are going to hit some more key points. But God bless you. But remember, you can contact us at songsofsolomonri.com.
Or on Facebook at Songs of Solomon Relationship Institute. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the responses. Thank you for the support. God bless you.
Have an awesome day. Peace.